Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. Every day. We do it our own way. Sing it out every day. Yeah, let's make it a good day. Every day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, here's Jason.
Hello. Thank you. Oh, no, you can keep going. I'm kidding. I kid. You guys are just excited that Diamond Phillips is here. We've already had an employee accost him in the green room for selfies. Her name is Lori. She does this every time we have a celebrity. And I'm like, Lori, don't scare Diamond Phillips. Don't scare the celebrities. She goes, I'm not. I just got a picture. I'm like, Lori, you look a little nutter butters. Just leave them. I don't need them leaving before the first segment's over. Anyway, welcome to the old show. First up, another reminder to not believe everything you read or see online. What? That's especially directed to my father-in-law. But anyway. Oh, Thanksgiving's gonna be fun. Anyway. Some people get excited. Some people got excited this week about a potential sequel. Oh, God. To the classic Home Alone, okay? It's all thanks to this poster promoting a movie with Macaulay Culkin and movie mom Catherine O'Hara with the title Cabin Alone. Yeah. There's even a Disney Plus logo at the bottom, conveniently put there by Canva. Anyway, thank you. Half the audience got my Canva joke. Yeah. Sorry to say, it was all made up by someone. Yeah. Boo. Who needs a couple more classes in Photoshop. Just a couple more. It's not Are you kidding me? If there was going to be a Home Alone sequel, we would have heard about it for 4 years before it came out. Yeah. Anyway, let's get started. Give it up for Fallon, everybody.
What up?
What up, Falcon?
Not
What's
much.
going on?
What's up?
What's up? Why are we doing this? Hello.
You started it.
I don't know. You doing well?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Oh, wow. That did not sound believable.
I am.
Yeah, I've seen you. I like your skirt.
Don't you dare bring up this skirt.
What?
You know.
I like your skirt.
I told him, I was like, the last time I wore this skirt, I go, oh, look, I'm really bloated. And then I put it on today. I was like, oh, no, the skirt just accentuates my area. It wasn't that I was especially bloated that day. It's just that.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
If you look bloated, I would tell you backstage. Yeah. She does it to me, people.
Never been like, you look bloated in my life. Wait, don't fly off. I haven't.
I think in the cold open 3 days ago, I said that my eyes, I'm waiting for them to depuff, and you go, yeah, I'm waiting for that too. Yeah.
Depuff is very different than bloating.
Fallon is so nice. Yeah. Of course Aaron's on your side. Anyway.
Well, listen, we'll literally be in the middle of our pre-show meeting, and Jason will walk away, and then he comes back with a jade roller, and he just jade rolls in the middle of our meeting.
I'm 50. I gotta. These are 50-year-old puffs. Yeah.
I love it. It's funny.
Yeah. What?
We're clapping for your puff.
I know you're clapping. Yeah. Jeff writes on the. Jeff has a whiteboard that he can communicate with me. Jeff, Nate, go get a shot of what Jeff wrote on the board today. Okay, take this, director. Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. I love it. Oh, executive producer Jeff is so nice.
It's Friday.
Oh, it's Friday. This is what we do. This is our crew. All we do is make fun of each other every day, all day.
True.
Anyway, let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it. By the way, we got an email from some woman that hates that graphic with the sound effect because she thinks that every time that the sound effect goes off, her oven's done or something. It's the same as her. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, sorry, ma'am. But first up, thanks but no thanks. That's the message from the two front runners to host the next Oscars. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman were on the list, high on the list of potential hosts. But during a recent podcast interview, Ryan said, I'm flattered, but too busy. Reynolds told Variety he told Variety he's writing a movie that will reunite him with Hugh Jackman and the director of their movie Deadpool and Wolverine. This summer's blockbuster, by the way, is now the 12th highest grossing movie of all time and the highest earning R-rated movie ever.
Jeez, okay.
Yeah. Look, I can't. Look, I would love to see them do this. But if they're going to do it, you got to do it this year. The old cliche of strike while the iron's hot. We're not going to want you to next year to do it. You should do it this year when your movie came out. You know, that's why you do it.
I'm curious what the biggest rated R movie was before that one.
Off the top of my head,
I have no idea.
Was it Pulp Fiction?
Oh, I was gonna say.
It was recent. Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
I'm so
Can we
curious.
Google that? Let's Google that and see. The Joker was the
okay.
biggest.
Okay.
Yeah, not Joker 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Not that turd on a raft, but yeah.
Turn on a
I'm
raft.
sorry. Not that singing turd on a raft. Yeah.
I might have watched that actually.
I would
That's
too.
Interesting. Yeah.
Also, let's be honest. Why would they want that job anyway? It's the
They
most
don't need
thankless
it. Yeah.
job in Hollywood.
It's a ton of work, and then people overanalyze your jokes. Sometimes you get canceled over it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's the hardest room to work because you're making fun of the people sitting in front of you, and they don't have a sense of humor. They're nervous about they just want the award, or they want to lose the award, and they want to go to Spago and go home.
Yes,
You know, that's
yes.
all they want. Spago. Jason, that's a 1980s reference, but anyway.
I was like, yes, Spago.
Yeah, Spago,
Yeah.
I don't know. Sticking with movies, it's Friday. Who cares? Next up. Huge news in the world of Star Wars. Oh, get ready for a new trilogy. The news broke Thursday that this guy, Simon Kinberg, he's one of the guys behind the X-Men movies. He's going to write and produce three new Star Wars movies. You know, Star Wars loves a trilogy. And here's the deal, though. They're going to feature, this trilogy will feature all new stories, all new characters. The last Star Wars movie, by the way, came out 5 years ago, wrapping up the Skywalker saga. The new movies will be the 10th through 12th movies in the franchise. Okay, now that last part, let me tell you, there's a little debate about that. So Deadline.com broke this story, and they said, oh, it's going to be a continuation of the Skywalker movies. But then Variety came out and said, no, that's over. The Skywalker movies ended, and now this is just going to be three new movies based on not anything to do with Luke, Leia, Jar Jar Binks, nobody, you know, Yoda. They're all gone. This is all new, which kind of bummed me out. I would like an episode 10, 11, and 12.
Right.
But I don't know. But then they're also doing they're also doing a standalone movie with Ray, Daisy Ridley.
Oh,
so it's just
okay.
confusing. I don't know. Just make the damn movie. I just want a Star Wars movie.
I wonder what the process is like to choose the person who's going to write 3 large installments of that franchise, because that would be a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You'd have to have a very creative mind. I don't know. I feel like that would be very difficult.
Judging by what this guy wrote, he did Logan, he did some X-Men movies. Judging by what he wrote, he's been a fan of Star Wars since he was a kid. So I'm sure he goes in there with a pitch for a full story, and then Kathleen Kennedy, the woman in charge of Lucasfilm, goes, "Oop, I like that."
Yeah.
Speaking of that, there's a convention in town this weekend. That's why our guest Lou Diamond Phillips is here. There's a convention, and I need quick advice.
Okay.
The Emperor is there from Star Wars. Ian McDermott.
Oh.
And Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know I'm a nerd.
Yes.
And I have like 17 lightsabers. I was single till 40. Do I bring my lightsabers for them to sign?
Yeah. At that, if you went to like a steakhouse and they were eating and you were like, "Can you sign this?" Not the place, right? But
If I was at Outback.
yeah, not the place. Like, I'm trying to have my bloomin' onion, back off.
Yeah.
But no, I think if that, they're expecting it, so yeah.
Okay, good, because I brought my Bamba laser disc.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just, yeah. I'm kidding. I'm kidding about bringing it. I do own it, though. Yeah. Didn't want to scare the guests. Anyway, we're going to take a break. Lou Diamond Phillips and more when we come back. Back in a moment. Welcome back. We have a woman in the audience that keeps moving because she can't see you from her chair. Yeah, there she is right there in the red, yeah. Can you see Fallon now from that? Okay, good. We're on. Oh, God.
I love her. I'm honored.
Welcome back. She's a TV news trailblazer. She absolutely is. Now, Connie Chung is telling all in a great new autobiography, and Connie stopped by Watch What Happens Live on Thursday and talked about drama at 2 of her former workplaces, CBS and ABC. Look.
What was the most difficult part for you working alongside Dan Rather when you were co-anchors?
Working alongside Dan Rather, co-anchors.
Because he didn't want you there, did he?
He did not. He didn't want, actually he didn't want a man, a woman, or even a plant, or a dog.
Right.
I mean, you know.
He did not want a co-anchor.
No.
He was a solo act.
That's right.
Yes, he was.
And it just really hurt his ego to share the chair with somebody or anything.
You left CBS and went to ABC. What was the hardest thing about competing against Diane Sawyer and Barbara Walters for interviews? Because the 3 of you were really in competition for all the big gets.
Well, they were gunning for each other. And I was sitting there getting caught in the crossfire. That was not good.
No.
So I you know, kind of...
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Ducked and weaved and bobbed.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, Connie wasn't done dishing. You know she's married to Maury Povich. Well, Connie...
I didn't know that.
You didn't?
Not till she no, I forgot. I mean, she posted like a video to promote this book with him, and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot they were married.
Yeah. Well, listen to this. Connie had to call Maury ahead of one of her most awkward interviews ever. Watch this.
They made me go after some O.J. Simpson people.
Yeah.
And I went to interview his mother, and she had no teeth.
Okay.
And so I called Maury, and I said, she's got no teeth. And he said, when a woman is on our program, I mean, when a person is on our program with no teeth, we give them teeth.
Did you give OJ's mom teeth?
I didn't have time.
Yeah.
Can we start doing that for season 11? Yeah. Connie also discussed her love life before marrying Maury. That includes she had romances with Ryan O'Neal and Warren Beatty. Yeah. And Connie told Andy Warren was hotter. Than, yeah. That because I'm a TV nerd and I'm a TV news nerd. The Dan Rather, all you have to do if you're real bored, like me, go on YouTube and Google CBS Evening News Dan Rather Connie Chung debut. You can feel the chilliness. I mean, Dan, you know, anchor people always sit like this anyway, but Dan introduces Connie that first night, and you can feel the ice. Just, yeah. It reminded me, you know, that happened in the 70s with Barbara Walters and Harry Reasoner. Harry did not want Barbara. Barbara was the first woman to be a female to appear at all on a nightly newscast, and then Connie in the 80s, but it didn't last long. I think it lasted like 2 years. Dan was a little to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clearly. Yeah. Clearly.
Next to the dish, it's the documentary on Netflix both Fallon and I loved, and a lot of you loved, Martha. Oh, yeah. And it looks at the incredible life and career of Martha Stewart. Well, hello, it became a huge hit, but now some people featured in the doc are fighting back. First, Martha's ex-husband, Andy Stewart. So in the documentary, Martha talks about him cheating on her multiple times, which led to the end of their marriage. But now he's calling out Martha, saying the marriage was painful and Martha was abusive, and all of this should have been left in the past. Okay, dude, when you sleep with your wife's assistant, maybe you should just sit in the back of the room. I mean, you know.
Well, you know it's not him making the comment. It's his current wife who made the post, not him. But she said she's speaking on behalf of both of them, and she signed it, both of them. And she said basically she's been married to him for 12 years, and she could not believe her definition of him could not be more opposite of the man she's married to, and that Martha was the problem.
That's probably, both things can be true.
Right.
He's probably a much different person with her than he was with Martha. And also, both of them are a little, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. And people, and for Andy to be like, why, or Andy's wife going, why is Martha talking about this? It's a documentary.
Yeah, it's her life, yeah. It's her life.
Martha's being asked these questions, yeah. And it's one of the most, oh God. We got in today at work, and executive producer Jeff and I were like, this is the most delicious, dishiest thing of the day. One of the most talked about moments in the documentary comes when Martha references a reporter at the New York Post that covered her insider trading trial. Watch this.
Guilty, guilty, guilty on all these counts of whatever. New York Post lady was there, just looking so smug. She had written horrible things during the entire trial. But she's dead now, thank goodness. And she doesn't have to, nobody has to put up with that crap that she was writing all the time. My daughter, she fainted when they read the verdict.
Yeah, but wait.
Well,
wait.
Well, audience, she's not dead. The reporter, Andrea Pizer, published an article this week with this headline. Hey, Martha, you gloated about the death of a Post columnist, but I'm alive, biatch. Oh, God bless America. Oh, Oh, this is the best. Because, look, both of them, she is, look, I don't fault either of them. If you read some of Pizer's work, Martha is right. I mean, Pizer was real rough on Martha in 2004. She wrote dozens of articles on the trial when it was happening. I can see if I was Martha, I would wish.
Same, yeah.
I would wish that she was stomped by an angry kangaroo.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the pile on when people are already down and out, depending on the crime. Then we can pile on, but yeah.
That was the thing. I'm so glad that you said that. That was the thing. One of the things in that documentary, I think I said it, but I did not like that. No matter how you felt, I was watching the Martha documentary, and at the moment where she was convicted, and the fact that all the vultures, all of them were just licking their chops and waiting to feed on this woman. Oh, I did say it. It proves again that the culture loves to build people up, and boy, do we like just tearing them down and watching them fall. Next in the dish, aging like a fine wine. Don Johnson is having a resurgence these days. Yeah. Thanks to his new show, The Horrible Dr. Odyssey on ABC. It's a wonderful show. Don stopped by Jimmy Kimmel Thursday night and talked about the pranks his famous daughter Dakota Johnson used to pull as a kid. And as you watch this, we literally just needed a reason to do this story because all we really wanted to say was, oh my God, does Don look great? Look at this.
You know, your daughter, Dakota, lives next door to me.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
And she...
It's disturbing.
What was Dakota like growing up?
Dakota was... she was a very eventful child. If I would leave my phone laying around anywhere, just kind of unattended, she would get on the phone and somehow get into my contacts and send obscene messages to random people. And I would, and also the other thing is...
Yeah, again, we actually didn't even care about the prank. We just wanted a reason to run the video of Don Johnson. Because get this, look at that guy. That, my friends, is 74 years old. Yeah, 74. It really is unbelievable.
I would like to talk to his doctor because I just wanted like some advice for my future. You know, what did he have done? How did he do it so gracefully?
I have a feeling, and I'm not just saying this because I talked about our bloating at the beginning of the show. I have a feeling you're going to age real well.
Oh my God! Thank you. It's my snail mucin.
It's the snail music. Yeah. No, I do. I think you're going to age well.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. I think, well, you already are aging very well.
I was waiting for that. Yeah.
No. But when you said you were 50, everyone was very surprised when you said you were 50.
You and Fallon are such good friends.
Listen, I got to keep things here because I don't want you going here.
You can't give me too many compliments.
I can't get you going up here.
I know.
No, but you look lovely. You are wrinkle-free.
No, I'm not.
You're effervescent. You are stunning. You are.
Okay, settle down. Anyway. You know who is stunning? Lou Diamond Phillips. We'll be right back. Back after this. Back in a moment. It's a cliche, but he has done it all in entertainment. Coming up in just a little bit, Lou Diamond Phillips is here. Plus, get ready to laugh. Comedian Michael Palisak is here as well. So, go get some more breakfast, go get some more lunch, whatever you're eating. The Jason Show will be right back. Welcome back. Our first guest today is a Tony and Golden Globe nominated actor and singer. Lou Diamond Phillips has been a star since the mid-'80s and hasn't slowed down since. Movies, TV, Broadway, he has done it all. Lou Diamond Phillips shot to fame when he played Richie Valens in the 1987 drama La Bamba. The movie earned rave reviews and became a massive hit. Just a few years later, he played opposite fellow stars like Emilio Estevez and Kiefer Sutherland in Young Guns and Young Guns 2. In the 90s, Phillips hit it big on Broadway, earning a Tony nomination. That led to television and 6 seasons of the TV series Longmire. Most recently, Lou Diamond Phillips played a police officer in the Fox crime drama Prodigal Son. And he even shared his singing chops as a contestant last year on the hit The Masked Singer. He's one of the stars in the Twin Cities for Twin Cities Con. Audience, give it up for Lou Diamond Phillips.
Let's get a couple of things out of the way. Okay, yeah, because we always do this. All right, everybody, you know, Richie on 3. 1, 2, 3. Richie! All right, you know, and I was backstage listening. Big shout out. God, I can't believe somebody did this, but it is a beautiful day at the Red Podium, continual soiree. Oh! I see your T-shirt over there. She's like, what are you talking about? I just put this on this morning.
Right there!
Nice.
Look at that!
Right? I caught that backstage. I'm like, she's wearing a Red Pony T-shirt.
Yes!
That third row, man, I'm telling you. Yeah. That's the row that they keep swapping chairs to see better. Yeah, so keep an eye on them. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. Don't I look great?
You look great!
Thank you.
I know.
Over here giving Don Johnson his props. I mean, come on, man. I've been around a minute.
You look fantastic. We have plenty of time. I got to tell you, this is a thrill for me because I had a date with a woman.
This is why he didn't get married until he was 40.
That's right. No, the audience is laughing for obvious reasons, but I had a date at the Dunes Plaza Cinema to La Bamba. So the fact that if you would have told me that 30-some whatever odd years later I'd be sitting next to you, it would have freaked that guy out more than I was freaked out sitting next to a woman. So I mean, you know, when you do you think you would be a great star, a young star nowadays? Because you came out and you were young, and handling fame then was a very different than handling fame now.
That is, wow, that's a really deep question for this early in the morning, I gotta say. Yeah, you know, I don't envy today's and I always hate this word, but the stars, you know, celebrities, as it were. I mean, the amount of scrutiny, the amount of accessibility to them on social media and whatnot, the kind of pressure that's on them. You know, and I also don't see the kind of community that we had back then. I mean, you know, I was Brat Pack adjacent. Yeah. You know, I was the only brown Brat Packer. You know? Yeah, I never got my card. I never got my card.
The audience missed that. He said he was the only brown member of the Brat Pack. Yeah.
You know, so there was a lot of support. You know, I mean, a lot of us actors hung out together and we were friends. And you know, I don't see that community as much, you know, nowadays. Which isn't to say there aren't some wonderful young actors out there. I'd like to think that, you know, my ability would have, you know, helped me rise to the top, even, you know, in today's market. But it was a kinder, gentler time.
Yeah. Was it scary?
Oh, it was massively scary. You know, no, absolutely. I mean, it's so funny. You know, you show La Bamba, and people say, "Did you love doing that movie?" And it's like, yeah, I loved doing that movie, but I was scared to death every single day because I was discovered out of Dallas, Texas, and brought out to Hollywood for the film. Literally on the third day, Taylor Hackford, the executive producer, I had my first musical performance in the show 3 days in. I don't really play guitar. I didn't really sing so much back then. And he said, if you don't knock this out of the park, kid, we're sending you back to Texas. So, yeah.
Are you serious?
No, I'm very serious. I was scared to death every day. I was, you know, I was waiting for my walking papers. But
so there was a real possibility that you could have been fired at any point.
Like that. Yeah, no, so it's fear is a huge motivator, by the way. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, when did you start feeling, not so much with Bamba, I mentioned the beginning, the late 80s, early 90s. When did you start feeling comfortable in your celebrity? That you're like, okay, I'm good?
There's two different things, really. The first time I thought, okay, I've arrived. I mean, Stand and Deliver also was a tiny little
Oh my
film,
God, yeah.
You know, and we didn't expect that one to become, you know, such a big success. Both La Bamba and Stand and Deliver are in the National Registry of Films now for their contribution to not only art but to American culture. It was the first day on set of Young Guns, when, you know, when I looked around and went, oh my goodness, there's Emilio, there's Kiefer, there's Charlie Sheen, and I'm one of these guys. Now all of a sudden I felt like I had arrived in Hollywood. You know, and it was also in Santa Fe, it was the place to be. Cary Elwes came to visit. He was there the first day of shooting. Tom Cruise is actually in the movie. Oh yeah, no, we did him up. He's the first guy that Emilio shoots when he pops out of the trunk at the end. Yeah, you know, Tom was visiting Emilio. He was skiing in New Mexico, and he said, you know, I've never been shot, so we put mutton chops on him and a big floppy hat and a mustache. If you freeze frame your VHS, when the hat goes back, you see that it's Cruise's profile.
I'll freeze my laser disc of it. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
I didn't bring my La Bamba laser
I know,
disc.
I heard you
I didn't
say
want to
it.
nerd out too much.
That's quite all right, anytime.
You know.
I'm at the con all weekend long, by
That's
the way.
right. I'll bring it tonight.
Yeah. I'm at the Twin Cities Con, the Minneapolis Convention Center downtown. I'll be there all weekend long. I will sign, and I might regret this, I will sign anything. I know.
Look at row one. Just like more with Lou Diamond Phillips when we come back. Back in a moment. Thank you for doing this, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, we got to talk about this next.
Let's make it a good day.
Welcome back with Lou Diamond Phillips. We were talking in the break. Again, it's such a cliche, multifaceted. You've done it all. I said it all in the tease. We're talking about the love of the stage. I love your phrase. It keeps you honest.
Yeah.
Why?
You know, it's funny because, I mean, a lot of people say, well, do you prefer film, TV, directing, you know, writing, all of that? And I've often said my favorite genre is the genre of employment. You know, so the thing about getting back on stage, and I went back to Texas last summer to Casa Mignon in Fort Worth, and I did Miss Saigon again. Oh. Yeah, that was wonderful. Scared me to death. But when, you know, I started in the theater, supporting roles, leading roles, comedy, drama, Shakespeare up to Mamet, you know, and so I love it all. And that taught me in the beginning, you know, how to create a character from the ground up. You know, a lot of people who are not theater trained, they're trained for the close-up. They're trained for, you know, film and television acting. And the thing about theater acting is it keeps you honest. And I can say after 40 years in the business, I've not repeated a role. You know, I've brought something hopefully new and fresh to every character I play.
Another love. We were also talking in the break. Writer.
Yes.
Writer.
Yes.
And this is what you really wanted to do when you were a kid.
It's my dad who lives down in Texas and grew up in North Carolina. He talks like this. I got a movie coming out called Get Fast. It's streaming next week, and I talk like this in it because it's my dad. And he said, you know, son, what do you want to do for a living? I said, well, Dad, I want to be a writer. And this is when I was 13. And he said, I was thinking about something where you might make a little more money. And I came back a year later and I said, I want to be an actor. That's not what I had in mind. So I've always written. My wife and I collaborated on this first book, the Tinderbox Soldier of Indira. That's available. It's a sci-fantasy extrapolation of Hans Christian Andersen's The Tinderbox. It did so well reviewed, sold so well that we decided to do a sequel. And that one, this is an advanced copy. It comes out November 19th. So also available on Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com.
How long does this take you?
It's so funny because the first book literally took me 10 years. My day job kept getting in the way.
Yeah.
And I have to give a big shout out to Craig Johnson, because about a few chapters into the first book, I showed him a few chapters. You know how you always like ask doctor friends and lawyer friends for free advice. And I said, Craig, am I wasting my time? And he said, no, you got to finish this. So between him and Chris Bojalian, who's also another wonderful best-selling author, they helped me get this across the finish line. And so that one took me 10 years off and on. The second one, literally, my wife, she gets the story credit because she came up with the plot. And she does amazing illustrations in both books. That one only took me a year. So
we'll put information on how to get it. Okay, speed round. Some fun questions. Ready? Will there be a Young Guns 3? Do you ever see that happening?
Yes. Funny you asked that. No, I've spoken to Emilio. There is a script. Emilio is negotiating with a studio. We'll see if it happens. It does not have a green light, but it is in the world. It is in the universe. So cross your fingers.
Okay. How was The Masked Singer?
Crazy! No, man, it's exactly what they say it is. There's no secrets to it. I mean, I am literally.
Is that your? You were a praying mantis?
I was the mantis, dude.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And so the funny thing is, I'm literally backstage in a hoodie that says "Don't talk to me." You have to wear the mask. The crew doesn't know who you are. My hair was a little longer back then, and I was wearing a balaclava to keep my hair back. In that first performance of Old Time Rock and Roll, I spun around and the balaclava went over my eyes. I couldn't see. And obviously I got a mantis head on me and I can't fix it. So thank God there were lights on the stage which kept me from falling off. And I said, okay, just stick to the choreography. If a dancer runs into you, it's not your fault. You know?
And we gotta wrap, but this one's for me. Do you remember that you were on Dallas?
Of course.
Okay, thank you. Oh my God.
Are you kidding me? It was one of my first gigs.
I love Dallas so much, and you tried to harm Sue Ellen. You tried to harm Sue Ellen.
So, quick story about that. First of all, I became good. Sue Ellen, Linda Gray was so kind to me, so nice to me. And at the premiere of La Bamba, she said, "I knew you were going places." You know, no, how sweet was that?
She's a sweet woman.
My second film in Dallas, Texas, was with Morgan Fairchild. Same thing. Those people were so kind. Billy D. was so kind to me. I became good friends with Larry. I directed Patrick in a Hallmark TV movie. So you know, be careful, because the people you're working with, you know, as day players today, they're going to come back.
That's right. The great Lou Diamond Phillips, everybody. If you're watching us locally, Lou will be at the Twin Cities Con this weekend. Head to TwinCitiesCon.com for information. If you're watching us from across the country, look for a con near you and watch him no matter where he is, and get his book. We'll be right back. Thank you, my friend. What a pleasure, man.
You're wonderful, by the way.
Oh, that means a great deal to me.
I'm doing the backstage walk tape.
Welcome back. Well, from one great guest to another. From one great guest to another, our next guest is a stand-up comedian who was a top 5 finalist on Last Comic Standing. Plus, he's made late-night appearances on Colbert, Conan, and more. A lot of his humor comes from parenting and traveling. Look at this.
People feel weird bringing their own food on like normal airlines sometimes. One time I was sitting next to this lady, and halfway through the flight, I swear, she just started eating corn on the cob. Very fast. It was just like... It was like a squirrel who didn't even think about winter at all. I was like, who cares about January? I'll starve.
Audience, give it up for comedian Michael Palisak, everybody. Welcome, my friend. Welcome.
Thank you.
For the first time in the 10-year history of our show, there's nothing but Hoosiers up here.
What?
That's right, we're all... I would imagine, and I do know, because I've watched some of your appearances, There's a lot of humor to be mined from the great state of Indiana, is there not, my friend?
Yes, it's all, there's nothing to do growing up.
So your imagination has to go wild, yeah.
Yep, it's just purely, it brings out your personality because there's nothing, there's nothing there.
And we're all northwestern Indiana, you're central-ish.
Yeah, more central, like close, we're probably a couple, like near Fort Wayne. Wabash was the town.
Michael, she's southern, far southern Indiana.
I'm basically Kentucky.
I wasn't gonna say it.
They knew. You didn't have to.
We were talking with Lou Diamond about being an author when he was a kid. Is this what you wanted when you were growing up? Is making people laugh in whatever way what you wanted to do?
Yeah, when I was in second grade, one of my friends who was very funny, well, he said something really funny, and an adult, like a teacher that wasn't even our teacher, was like, "Oh, you're gonna be a comedian." And I was in my head, I was like, "No, I'm gonna be a comedian." And, it took like 20 years after that, but I had other adults laugh at me.
Your new special, He's Friendly. Great. Okay, that's a damn good title.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have a joke about being in the park and people just letting their dogs go, and then just being like, "He's friendly." It's like, well, yeah, like no one's unleashing their dog in the park, being like, "Not friendly." Good luck. He likes exercise more than I value your health.
Oh God, I was thinking about this with when you came out. What was it like? I always love this situation. Your debut, correct me if I'm wrong, your late night was with Jay on the Tonight Show.
Yes.
So the Tonight Show, the curtain, the whole thing. What was that like as a comedian?
Well, not only was it Jay, the guests were Jane Lynch and Steve Carell. So it was like all the people that I had watched, you know, as becoming a comedian, and then I was out there, and Steve, who I can call him Steve, he was like, because afterwards you get to meet him, and he was like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Wabash, it's near Chicago. I know you went to college in Ohio." I was like, "Oh, okay." And that was the end of the conversation. That was the end of the conversation.
That was it?
That was it.
Oh God, did you walk away going, what was that?
Well, he was so nice. I could see the kindness in his eyes. Like, I think if we meet again at some point, he'll be like, "You were the kid," and I was like, "No, I'm not the kid anymore."
No.
I said in your intro, a lot of your comedy comes from family and traveling. I have it on the card here, and before we run out of time, I want to get to this family trip to the world of Peppa Pig.
Yeah.
Oh, so Peppa Pig's huge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge?
Oh yeah, we love
I don't
Peppa.
have kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're not missing anything.
No.
Peppa's like Seinfeld, but like for kids. It's like a day in the life. Like there's like a wacky cousin. Like it's all there. Like there's an episode that's really good if you're looking for one to start on.
Yeah.
Where Peppa's learning how to whistle, and everyone in her family can whistle, and she's so sad. So she calls her friend, and she's like, "Can you whistle?" And her friend's like, "What's whistling?" And Peppa's face has so much joy that her friend doesn't. And then her friend says it like this, and she's like, and Peppa's so angry. She's like, she doesn't even know what whistling is, and she knows how to do it. And that's when I was hooked. I was like, this is the show.
Do you watch it, Fallon?
Yes, and I will say I prefer Bluey to Peppa.
Yeah.
Because Peppa's a little whiny, and your kids pick up on that. And I'm like, why are you calling a shopping cart a trolley? You're not British.
My son had a British accent for the first year of speaking.
Thanks to Bluey?
Peppa, yeah.
Because, Peppa.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, please come back. You're at Acme, which is one of the best. I love Acme. It's one of the best venues. Give it up for Michael, everybody. If you're watching us again locally, Michael's performing at Acme Comedy Company in Minneapolis this weekend. If you're watching us from around the country, boom, go to that website and find a date and location near you. Back after this. Thank you, Michael. What a pleasure. Thank you for doing this. Yeah, Michigan City, Indiana. Time to meet our last JVIP of the week. This is Susan from Minneapolis. She loves the show that is live and fabulous. She gets a Jason Show mug, entered to win the monthly grand prize as well. That includes being a VIP guest in our audience, a $150 gift card to Becker Furniture, and a $250 gift card to Renew Med Spa. Back after this. doing?
I felt too short today. No! Oh, wait, there. Now it's really.
Hey, if you can't tell, we have fun. So if you want to be in the audience, we have some spots open next week. Go to eventbrite.com, search The Jason Show, and pick a day. But please, for the love of Oprah Winfrey, only pick a day where you can actually be here. If not, we'll find you and publicly shame you. Thank you.
God, too far, too far, too far.
That's going to do it for us this week. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you that you are doing it wrong. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Take care of you. We'll see you on Monday.